Welcome to Lesson 2 of Managing the Academic Enterprise. In this lesson, we will consider the importance of your institution's student success definition and how metrics play a key role in that definition. You will have the opportunity to reflect on how your institution defines student success and how it is measured throughout your institution. At the end of Lesson 1, you were introduced to our framework for managing the academic enterprise. Student success is at the center of this framework to represent not only Ad Astra's intention of impacting student success, but to represent that student success is at the heart of every institution's mission in some way, shape, or form. One could argue that student success has become a buzzword in higher education. In general, we know what is meant when someone uses the term student success, but the reality is that it means different things to different people. In many cases, no matter what qualitative definition we give student success, the lasting definition used is driven by what the institution decides to measure. For example, students may tend to define student success in a holistic way, including outcomes like getting good grades, developing their confidence, being financially secure, or the ability to balance college and a family or career. These qualities are difficult to measure and are rarely included as part of an institutional scorecard or fact book. Institutions tend to measure and by association define student success as retention and completion with other metrics as suggested by regional accreditors such as job placement rates and loan default rates. According to the Higher Learning Commission's report on defining student success data, current completion metrics do not capture the work unfolding within institutions of higher education to support learners, focusing instead on the institution as the metric of success, meaning a student is only deemed successful upon completion from a particular institution, not from the various educational experiences with which they engaged with along the way to successfully achieve goals from the system of post-secondary education as a whole. These metrics are what is known as lagging indicators of student success. A lagging indicator is summative in nature. It measures a trend after it has occurred, using a student population that may or may not exhibit the same characteristics of the population you want to impact. A lagging indicator lacks actionable insights for specific interventions, informing leaders of trends, but not typically informing what improvements need to be made. Summative lagging indicators are helpful to evaluate whether or not you achieved a goal, such as completion, but does not necessarily help you predict when or how that goal will be achieved. Leading indicators, on the other hand, are formative in nature. They analyze progress toward a goal using the current cohort under review. Leading indicators are timely and actionable, informing interventions to impact the current student cohort. In the next several slides, we will explore momentum year and degree velocity as two significant leading indicators of student success. Research has demonstrated that momentum in the first year is strongly associated with higher rates of completion in the long term. It is helpful to think about momentum year metrics in three categories. The first category is credit momentum and might measure how many credits a student has completed in their first term and first year. The second category is gateway course momentum, which measures the rate at which students take and pass college-level math and English courses in their first year. The third category is persistence momentum and measures the rate at which students are retained from the first to the second term. Consistently tracking these metrics can inform institutions about which students are making timely progress toward degree completion and which students need support. Momentum year can also inform enhancements in course scheduling, academic advising, and other areas of the institutions. Such actions immediately serve the cohort under review. Degree velocity measures the productive credit hour completion rate of a student. It is calculated by taking the number of productive credits completed by a student in a year and dividing it by the annual productive credit hour goal. For example, if a student completes 24 credit hours, but only 21 of those credits apply to the degree, and 30 credits is the suggested load for the student to be on time to degree, then the degree velocity is 21 divided by 30, or 70%, because degree velocity is a measurement of the productive credit hours. A full degree velocity analysis includes all the metrics you see here. A full explanation in detail of the metrics in this analysis are available in other workshops and courses, but what we wanted you to see here is how a degree velocity analysis lends insight into what a graduation rate of a current cohort will be if students continue at the current rate of progress. It is an enhanced lens into progress because it goes beyond gross credit hour accumulation to assess which of those credits are productively meeting pathway requirements. For any progressing student, this framework can also be used to infer the percentage of actual progress to model on-time progress and time to completion. This is why at Ad Astra we define student success as degree velocity. Leading and lagging indicators can work very well together to help leaders effectively manage the academic enterprise. Lagging indicators tend to measure output or performance, while leading indicators measure progress toward the goal. For example, a person with the goal of losing weight might only periodically measure their weight. Weight would be a lagging indicator. It measures the goal, weight loss, but it does little to inform progress along the way. Leading indicators for this type of goal might include calories consumed and calories burned. They work together to keep you on track, inform you of where to make adjustments, and measure the overall goal. Similarly, if retention measures an institution's goal, momentum year helps inform the progress and actions that need to be taken. Likewise, if graduation rate measures the institution's completion goal, then degree velocity informs real-time progress and lets the institution know whether or not they are on track to attain their graduation rate goal and actions to take to positively impact it. This concludes Lesson 2 on defining student success. Please complete the course readings and the activities up next. After you are finished, you can move on to Lesson 3, where we consider the influence of pathways on student success and managing the academic enterprise.